and and the herbs that are there to help clean and strengthen the cells. Okay, let me start. Okay, so inflammation. So inflammation, what's inflammation? Inflammation is a natural response by the body to fight off chemicals, toxins, metabolic waste specifically, okay? And even bacteria and fungus, any kind of overgrowth of it, the body will use inflammation. Inflammation, however, can be useful because it's used in certain scenarios. For instance, if you cut yourself, the body will go into a state of to produce immune cells to fight and defend itself, and also to heal the area. So that's inflammation, and it's needed, right? The problem comes when you have too much inflammation in the body and it's consistent and it's systemic. Then you're going to have a health problem or a series of health problems. Okay. And so it's important. The first thing you got to do is understand why it's there. And second thing you got to do is then understand what would cause it as well. But let me introduce myself first. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Maraby. I'm a herbalist. I'm a detox specialist. I'm also an iridologist. I know how to also read tongues through Chinese medicine. I'm proficient in dry fasting, water fasting. Essentially, I know how to use fruits and herbs to help get the human body better. Okay. And, one of my biggest aha moments, how I got into this was, I went into a raw vegan retreat, and my wife encouraged me to go to one. I came from a place of heavy meat eating. I was a bodybuilder, lifted a lot of weights, eating meat, had a lot of inflammation in my body, a lot of joint pains, pre-diabetic, fungal issues, okay? All this was taken care of when I went to the raw vegan retreat in a matter of 3 weeks, which it was. Everything I was experiencing had gone away, okay? And this changed my life completely. I went from, my thinking went from eating, I needed protein, to trying to understand why I would get so much better on a raw vegan diet. Okay, needless to say, it took me into a path where I began to learn about using raw vegan foods and the fruits and the herbs to get the human body better. I went to school to learn about the herbs, and most of what I know personally is not only from education but also self-taught and from experience, from helping so many people. I'm an author of 3 books. Have quite a few a big social media following where people help themselves through my groups and my posts on social media as well. So I'm very proficient in what I'm trying to show you. I know from experience how to get the human body better and how to deal with inflammation specifically. Okay, I just wanted to read you something briefly. I get this every day, and so many of you, even some of you here, have witnessed this yourself, the experience of using fruits and herbs to heal the human body. But here's something I got from social media from someone, and it goes like this. I'm going to read it exactly as it is. I personally thank God for you because following your instructions, I have gotten better, and I'm off 2 medications for my heart. And I'm still improving. My doctor can't believe or understand it, but I have to thank you. You have done things for me in a few months that my doctors haven't done for years. If I had 10,000 tongues, I still couldn't thank you enough. Okay, much love and many prayers for you and your family. Okay, so this kind of stuff I get every day, and it just shows you how powerful this stuff is. And that's why I'm doing this right now. I'm trying to reach out to you here to make sure that you can learn as well to heal yourself, okay? And as if many of you know me, my tagline is fruits and herbs. That's it. It's that simple, okay? So yeah. So let's just continue with this. So I told my story, where I came from, and how I know this stuff, and let's continue further, okay? So inflammation is in natural healing we call it acidosis. Essentially means the body is acidic. When the body is acidic, you're going to be in a state of inflammation. I want you to picture flames, essentially, inflammation. The body is literally burning up, okay? Because I like to see things simply, I picture flames. And then our job is to create little firemen, so to speak, to alkalize the body, to put out those flames, to put away that pain, and it's acidosis is a cause of inflammation. And what's acidosis? High acidity in the body. From eating the wrong foods, okay, from being exposed to chemicals and toxins. Especially food is the biggest part here, because when we eat the wrong foods, when we eat protein and starches, when we eat cooked foods in general, this is inflammation. It's highly inflammatory, and it creates a response in the body. The body will produce excess mucus and acid, to protect itself, because mucus is it's a fatty based how do you describe it? Almost like cholesterol. It's an antacid. It's there to buffer acids. So whenever the body is dealing with something alien to the body, it will produce excess mucus. And this excess mucus, in general, when the body is healthy, it's removed and cleaned through the lymphatic system. But if the body is not healthy, you're eating the wrong foods, and the lymphatic system gets stagnant, and this mucus has nowhere to go. It sticks around and affects tissue, organ, and glands. And you get inflammation, not only in the whole body, but localized as well, okay? And a lot of you may know this, but let's say you have inflammation of the liver, and they call it hepatitis. Anything that you see itis, I-T-I-S, that's inflammation, okay? We have the large bowels are inflamed, it's colitis. When you have the brain is inflamed, it's meningitis. So you see the different names for it, but it doesn't matter. We're not here for the names. We don't care about the names here. All we're trying to do is learn how to use simple tools to get the body in a state where it's alkaline and it's not in a state of inflammation. Okay. So that's. I hope that is kind of clear things up. Okay, so I mentioned you get inflammation through food, toxins, and excess bacteria, fungus, and viruses can cause inflammation. Okay, but it always boils down to the food, because even if it's toxins, the food is going to affect the way the lymphatic system is moving. And if you can't move the lymph system, you can't move the toxins out. The inflammation is going to stick around. So food is the key. The first step always is the food. And then I mentioned to you that excess mucus will, when it stagnates, carries acids to affect tissue, organ, and glands. But more importantly, excess mucus, if you don't remove it, it's going to cause an obstruction in energy flow. Now, the human body is an energy machine, basically. I like to view it that way. It has blood flow, lymph flow, and nerve flow. These are the three main flows of energy. And if there's an obstruction to this energy flow, you're going to have a disease, as a DIS, ease of the body, or a disruption of the ease of the function of the body. And that's why you will get, sometimes you have a nervous system issue, or a blood flow issue, or lymph flow. Now, blood flow is very rare. You get an issue, because if you have a blood flow issue, you can't last very long, okay? But lymphatic flow is the common issue, because we don't see it. It's very slow, and the pain just compounds and gets worse and worse and worse with time. The inflammation builds up because it's lymphatics. It's a very slow flowing fluid-based system, whereas the blood is fast flowing and has a pump. The lymphatic system has no pump, and therefore because it's so strong and because it's a fatty-based system, it can retain a lot of inflammation and acids and not complain very much until it's too late, okay, or it's getting very late. So when you feel any kind of pain, that's trapped acids. Okay, essentially inflammation, trapped acids. You have pain in your joints, pain in your shoulders, inflammation in your shoulders. That's acids. Acids can leave the area because the lymph system is stagnant, because the kidneys are not filtering out or cleansing out the lymphatic system. Okay, so this is chronic inflammation or acidosis. Okay. So guys, if you're enjoying it so far, be sure to make sure you follow me, click my face, follow me, okay, because I intend to do more of these master classes. I have so much information to give you guys, and I'm excited being here, teaching you guys. To me, just helping one person is more than sufficient, because that person, if I show them how to heal themselves, they can go out and help another person. And this is what the whole point of this is to help one another, okay? So be sure to follow the club by pressing the green, the green house on top of the where it says 7 ways to beat inflammation. And then also follow me as well, okay? Okay, so let's begin the actual master class of the 7 ways of beating inflammation, because I explained to you what inflammation is, and the way to beat inflammation is detoxification. Okay, detoxification is very, very different than the term detox. When you say detox, people take it to mean like, you're sitting there, you decide you want to detox your body, so you go buy a bunch of green drinks and make some smoothies and you drink it, and that's detox. This is not so. Detoxification is actually a natural process of the body. body. The body is always in a state of detoxification. The only reason why we call it detox, or I'm using the term detoxification, is because the way the human species eats these days, with the cooked foods and the protein and starches, our body becomes very stagnated or obstructed with mucus and acids, and we need to take steps to help the body to cleanse this out, and that's why we use the word detoxification. Okay, so it's a cleansing and then healing process, and we do this by using the fruits and the herbs, for the very simple reason that the fruits are the only way, astringent fruits are the only way we can help move the lymphatic system and get the kidneys to work better, etc., and put the body in a state where it can go through its natural detoxification process. Okay, so I hope it's clear enough. Okay, so how do we actually start the fighting inflammation or dealing with inflammation? We got to change the diet. That's the first and most important thing. Okay, there are actually three steps I follow all the time, and I call it the triangle. I call it the healing triangle, the raw Maraby healing triangle. And it goes like this. The first is your diet. Okay, you got to change your diet. And step number 2 is you got to use the right herbs specific to the parts you're trying to heal. And then step number 3 is you have to use the right therapeutics, like the proper ways of eliminating waste from the body, from cleansing the skin to the lungs to the kidneys and the bowels, by going on doing some sauna, walking, yoga. All these are therapeutics that help the healing process. So again, there's a three-step process that I use when I'm trying to take care of inflammation or healing any part of the body for that matter. The first one is diet. Second one is herbs, the right herbs, and the third step is going to be using the right therapeutics to help the body heal and recover. Okay, so so I'm going to give you a very simple case study. So there's someone who came to me. Okay, he's 85 years old. He was 85 years old at that time, and he had really bad kidneys, and his kidneys were failing. And the doctor told him that there's not much he can do. Kidneys are pretty much done. Okay, you're gonna go hit dialysis, that sort of thing. So I mean, having no other avenue to turn to, he turned towards he turned towards me. Okay. And he asked me, can you please help me fix my kidneys? Bear in mind, he's 85 years old, okay? So I used a 3-step process on him. The first thing I asked him to do was change his diet, which he did. Okay, I said go on all fruit diet, mixed fruits, but I prefer if you stick high on the grapes, okay, the dark grapes, which he did. For 85 years old, I didn't actually expect him that he would do so, but he did. Okay, step 2, use the right herbs. So I gave him herbal formulas for the kidneys, specifically 2 different formulas. And I use formulas because when you combine herbs together in a formula, they have a synergistic effect on the body. Okay, so I gave him 2 different kidney tinctures. I also gave him herbs for the Fabulous 5. That means herbs for his kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach and bowels, and endocrine glands. Okay, and I told him to do his best because bearing his age, I wasn't going to be aggressive with him, or at least encourage him to be aggressive. But to my surprise, he did follow the principles. He followed step 1, the diet, step 2, the herbs, and step 3, he did therapeutics, meaning that he tried to exercise as much as he can. For an 85-year-old man, it's not really realistic to think that he was going to be do some weight training or lifting weights or being someone aggressive. He just walked where he could. He would walk around the apartment, etc. Okay, and in just a matter of a few weeks, following the 3 principles, his numbers completely went up the roof. Okay, so he improved his kidneys. To this day, he's not on dialysis and his kidneys are fine. Okay, for the age of 85 years old, it's remarkable what he has done. So that's a simple case study using the 3 principles I told you about. The diet, number 1. Number 2 is the herbs. Number 3 is the therapeutics. Okay, in his case, it was just walking. Okay, so very simple, very powerful, but this stuff actually works, and I call it the raw Maraby triangle. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Let me know how you are enjoying it. Just raise your hand and then give me some feedback. Maybe later on, if we have enough time, I'll actually take your questions. Okay, but for now, because I want things to move smoothly, I want to help. I want you guys to understand the principles behind healing the human body and fighting inflammation. Okay. Before I transition, please again follow me. Make sure you click on my face, follow me, and also follow the Natural Health Secrets group by clicking the green house you see on top above my head. Okay, and join. Okay, so I said the diet was not important, and we need to go on a 100% fruit diet because the diet we followed with cooked foods and the protein and starches is what caused the inflammation to begin with. Okay, a lot of people will not admit it or deny it, but that's the truth. Is the diet is the cause. The diet is about 90% of the game. If the diet is wrong, you will have inflammation build up, especially as you get older. It can take years sometimes to accumulate, but it will catch up eventually. Okay, so we change the diet. That is 90% of the game. Cooked foods are inflammatory. Protein is inflammatory to the body. Starch is inflammatory to the body. Any kind of processed foods, fast foods, is highly inflammatory to the body. Not only is it alien to the body, but also most of them hold chemicals, which is bad for the body. Body takes it as an invasion, and it puts itself in inflammatory. It creates a state of inflammation to defend itself. Okay. So we have to get rid of all those foods and go on a 100% fruit diet, okay, to clean things up, okay. I'm not saying it's going to be forever. I'm just saying until we cleanse the body, we're going to go on a 100% fruit diet to alkalize, clean the lymph system, and and get the kidneys to work better. Okay, it's all cause and effect. This is how you have to understand everything you're experiencing right now in terms of physical health-wise is cause and effect. There is a cause, there's an effect. Therefore, if you admit this, you can always reverse it, because if there was no cause, then you can't do anything. But if there's a cause, you can reverse it. Okay, and it's simple, as many people would not like you to believe, but it's very simple. So change your diet, number one. Now we need to use herbs to help clean and strengthen cells. So I remember part 2 of the whole process of healing. First part was diet. Second part is herbs, and herbs are tissue specific. We have herbs for every single part of the human body. You know, herbs for the kidneys, herbs for the liver, herbs for the pancreas. It doesn't matter what it is. There are herbs there to clean and strengthen that specific part of the body. So our job when we're going on the cleanse to fight inflammation is to first change the diet, and the next is to use the right appropriate herbs. And in general, when you're trying to heal the human body, you always want to address 4 principles, and this is digestion, okay, assimilation, utilization, and elimination. I'll describe it briefly. So digestion is important because whatever you put in your mouth, if you don't digest it, you've lost the game already, or the health game already, because you're not able to digest the food. You can't get the nutrients you need. Okay, and then you're gonna stumble across a big problem. You cannot digest, no nutrients, no life. Okay, no energy, no life. Okay, and so we need to strengthen the digestion. How do we do that? Well, we use herbs for the liver, pancreas, the large and small bowels. Okay, we need to strengthen them by using the herbs for those parts. We can also use enemas to help. If we are constipated, use enemas to help you as well. And we also use the monofruit diet, like one fruit, because it's simpler to digest. And perhaps we can chew our food 30 to 45 times before we swallow it. This allows it to, we've already started the process before it hits the stomach, okay? And step number 2 is assimilation. So if you digest your food, you need to, assimilate the nutrients, and the small intestine absorb the nutrients. I apologize. So you absorb the nutrients through the small intestines. Most of us, okay, we're not absorbing nutrients as we should be. Now, as an iridologist, I look at eyes. I've seen thousands of eyes, and I've yet to come across an eye that does not have any kind of blockage on the small intestines, okay? And it says a lot, because if you're not absorbing your nutrients properly, you tend to be hungry more often. You're eating the wrong foods, you get cravings, etc. And, you need more and more to get the nutrients you need to survive. So we need to take steps to clean the small intestines. This is done with herbs specific to cleanse it, like plantain leaf or white oak bark are fantastic for this. But we also have to use like activated charcoal, bentonite clay, and psyllium husk to help pull at the mucus plug in the small intestines. Okay, and then the third one is utilization. So once we have digested the food, and we are absorb the food, we need to utilize the food, and the adrenals come into play here. The adrenals, they produce corticosteroids that will help us make use of the nutrients, okay, especially the minerals and vitamins. So we need to strengthen our adrenal glands with the herbs, okay. So and then the final one is elimination. If you don't eliminate the waste from the foods you have eaten, this includes not only digestive waste but also metabolic waste from your cells, you're going to have a serious problem. Okay, so we take steps to clean the 4 pathways of elimination: the lungs, the skin, the bowels, and the kidneys. Okay, we use herbs specific for those to help cleanse those parts. So there are 4 different parts, and to make it easier, I created something called the Fabulous 5 that has herbs that target most of these parts. Okay, so the Fabulous 5 is a formula that contains herbs for the kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach, and bowels, and the endocrine glands. Okay, and it covers the majority of what I just explained to you. At the very minimum. So we use the Fabulous 5. This is something that you have to bear in mind when you're trying to cleanse the human body. You always want a baseline herbs to help deal with digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. And I call it the Fabulous 5. Okay, many of you know that already, what the Fabulous 5 is already. Okay, but it's good for me to repeat it. Okay, so now we've taken care of the triangle. Remember that I said the triangle again. I'll say it again. The triangle I use to heal anything is number 1, diet. Number 2, herbs. And number 3 is therapeutics. So I covered the first part, the diet. I covered the herbs. Now I'm going to move on to the therapeutics, okay, which is the third part of the triangle, the healing triangle, which you need to know. Okay, so the step 2, which is the third part of the triangle, is sweating. You need to know how to sweat to fight inflammation. Okay, the more you sweat, the more you'll be able to get rid of toxins through the skin. Okay? It's been shown like heavy metals come out through the skin, like cadmium, lead, and mercury. When you sweat properly, these leave your skin. Okay, the skin is your third kidney. Essentially speaking, when your kidneys are not functioning properly or filtering waste properly, your skin takes the burden. Okay, so it's a good idea to keep the skin healthy. So how do we do that? Well, we try and sweat as much as possible. We use a dry sauna or a steam sauna. Do not use infrared sauna, okay, because this is it's unnatural. It heats you from the inside out, and it's also highly acidic. Heat in general is acidic, but in this case, we're using heat to help the body remove waste, so it's okay, okay. But heat in general, when you apply heat to the body, like the sun, is acidic. I'm not saying it's not beneficial, but it is acidic to the body. It's an acidic experience. So we in terms of cleansing the skin, we're going to sweat more. We're going to maybe take some more walks and try and sweat, and we're also going to do some light exercising to help us. Okay, walking is perfect for this. Okay, maybe wear some heavy clothing so you can sweat more. You can also do some dry brushing so to open up the pores and help move the lymphatic system of the skin. Okay, in general. So remember, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Thank you so much for being around. Again, don't forget to follow. Click the greenhouse and follow the group. Also follow me. Click my face and join, because information I'm giving you here is a master class, and you learn the stuff. You actually know what you're doing, how to heal the human body. Okay, so now step 3. Okay, of fighting inflammation naturally is to optimize your digestive system. Okay, so we want to clean up your entire GI tract, and I already covered this already, but we're going to use herbs specific for that. So we're going to clean the liver, pancreas, the small bowels, and the large bowels as well. We got to clean everything up, okay? And so we use herbs for that. But we also take steps to clean it manually. We use enemas, okay? Enemas are great. They're not so aggressive like colonics, and they can be done on a frequent basis to help clean the bowels. So we're going to use enemas and herbs to help clean the bowels, okay? And step 4, you want to learn how to breathe properly. That's part of how you fight inflammation, breathing. There are two ways it will help you. Number 1, when you breathe properly, you tend not to stress as much. Less stress, less hit on the adrenal glands, less hit on the lymphatic system and kidneys, and the better you'll be able to fight inflammation. But also breathing allows you to get oxygen, for your cells. So it's very important you learn how to breathe properly. Use two methods I know of. The Wim Hof method I can recommend, and also something called tumor breathing as well. You can go onto YouTube and search it out, and you'll see it, and you learn from it, because it's very important. Learn how to take, when you wake up in the morning, take 10 minutes or even 5 minutes just to breathe properly. Use breathing exercises, and the same thing at night before you go to bed. Just take 5 minutes to learn how to breathe properly, because it makes a huge difference in the way you feel and your health as well. And it's going to help you fight inflammation that way as well, okay? So breathe properly, excrete waste. It's a good way of excreting waste. Step 5 is, stress. Stress is inflammatory, okay? It affects you. It's inflammation, basically. You're stressed out. Your adrenal glands are not going to work properly. Adrenal glands are the stress glands. They control all autonomic or automatic nervous movements like breathing, peristalsis, or bowel movements, you always want to de-stress. Okay, especially when you're trying to heal the human body, you got to find steps and ways to minimize stress on the human body. So, if you're stressed out, you're going to also disrupt your hormones as well. So your hormones will be in balance as well. And there are very specific steps you can take to help reduce stress. Okay, so fight stress with meditation. That's the best one. Meditation is priceless. I mean, if you know how to concentrate or meditate, you will do very well. Now, what most people do is not meditation but concentration, because meditation, in the true sense of the word, is absence of thoughts. So no one meditates truly unless you get rid of the mind. Okay, but concentration is what people are used to, which we call meditation. Can be done and should be done. Okay, you can put on go to YouTube and put on some thunder or lightning or just rain music and then close your eyes. That's a form of meditation. Or just simply sit down and be quiet and close your eyes and try and find your inner self. Meditation will help you immensely in fighting inflammation and pain. Okay, there's nothing as powerful as this, but a lot of people, because they don't actually see physical benefits to it, they disregard it, and they miss out on the benefits of meditation. You can also do some yoga, some journaling, like write your thoughts down, breath work, spending time in nature, very, very light exercising, as I covered already, or you can talk to a trusted person, or loved one or friend, okay, to get rid of the stress, or at least help you minimize it. And step number 6 is you want to take steps to boost your lymphatic system or immune system by some rebounding, okay, or bouncing, light, gentle bouncing. Most of you may know what a rebounder is, but it's like a mini trampoline. And what you want to do is you jump on it. I don't want you to jump. I want you to just bounce without lifting your feet. This way, you're moving the lymphatic system, but you're not putting too much stress on the muscles, and you're not generating too much acidic waste. So try and do some rebounding if you have access to it, okay? Because it's fantastic for you. It moves your lymphatic system. It helps you get rid of inflammation as well, okay? Like I said, be sure to not lift your foot up don't jump. You just want to bounce gently so you can move the lymphatic system and help you get rid of that inflammation in your body, okay? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yes, I covered the steps. Step number 7, okay, is use herbs specific for pain, and this is very exciting because once you know what herbs you can use to actually relieve physical pain, it kind of puts you in control as well. Okay, because there are certain herbs you can use that are very powerful. In fact, some of the pharmaceuticals they are designed from these herbs, especially white willow bark. Okay, it's aspirin is modeled from it. That's how strong it is. So the first herb we're going to use is white willow bark. Now, white willow bark, it's best way to do it is use a tincture. So you take a drop of full, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. It takes you a long way in healing inflammation, or getting rid of inflammation for you, okay, and relieving pain. You can also have it as a tea. White willow is so proficient, so powerful. I mean, herbalists has been using it for centuries as a pain reliever. So get yourself some white willow and help yourself, okay? The next one that's a herb you want to use for pain relief or fighting inflammation naturally is cordialis root. Fantastic for you. Herbalists view this as the second most effective pain reliever, okay, right behind opium. So, I mean, I'll spell it for you so you can get it. It's Cordydalis, okay, cordialis root. Fantastic, something that you should have in your cabinet, okay, very, very powerful. The next one is kava root, okay, also very powerful pain reliever, but also it acts as an anti-anxiety herb. So if you have anxiety, this is going to help you with your anxiety as well, and naturally with no side effects as well, okay? Yeah, I mean, it's an alternative to opioids. So try it and see how you react to it. It's kava root, very, very powerful. The next one is valerian. Valerian root, a lot of people know it as a sleep aid, but in actual fact, it's more than a sleep aid. It helps you relieve tension. Okay, if you get easily irritated, good for you. Anxiety, fights anxiety, and of course, it's great for insomnia. If you want it for sleep-wise, I would take it 30 minutes before bed, okay? I wouldn't use valerian root if you're operating heavy machinery or if you're at work, because it can put you to sleep, Okay, but valerian is something you want to use, especially at night, to help take away the pain or inflammation in your body. Okay, and the last one is white lettuce herb. This is fantastic for you as well. Okay, it's also a pain reliever. And, it's not only is a pain reliever, but it's great for the lungs as well. Respiratory conditions, like whooping cough and asthma. Use white lettuce herb, fantastic for that. And also it's a sedative, so it can help you sleep as well. I will also use it at night only. Now, to get these herbs, of course, you have to go out and source it and make your own tea, your own tincture. It can be quite pricey. If you do want to try it, it is on my website as pain. It's labeled pain. Okay, so to use that if you have some kind of pain and you want some gentle relief, natural relief. Okay, so that I've covered everything. I've covered the pain using the herbs. I've covered the steps to take to fight inflammation. Don't forget the triangle I spoke about, the healing triangle, the raw Maraby healing triangle. The first is the diet, second is the herbs, and the third is therapeutics. I just covered the therapeutics part for you. Okay, and I'll give you just a slight bonus, because a lot of people would say, well, what if I have actual joint pain or arthritis, and I just want some kind of relief from it, temporary relief, as I'm cleansing the body from internally and fixing the root cause? Well, you can use, this is a bonus step 8, you can use castor oil packs, okay? Castor oil packs, fantastic for inflammation, fighting inflammation. In general, you take castor oil, okay? You can put it onto a cotton, there are two ways of using it. You can actually put the castor oil on your skin, cover it with some cotton, and put a hot water bottle on top of it. Or you can soak the cotton, take like a piece of cotton, soak it in castor oil, put it onto the part that's inflamed, and put the hot water bottle, put plastic over it and a hot water bottle, and this will allow the properties of the castor oil to help relieve any kind of inflammation in your bones or your skin, for that matter. So it's castor oil. You can make it even more potent by adding into the castor oil wintergreen, essential oils of wintergreen, peppermint, okay, and maybe some cayenne pepper extract. This will push blood flow to the area and give you relief from the inflammation, especially if you have any kind of joint pains, okay? So you see how simple it is. It's all about the diet, about using the right herbs and using the right therapeutics, and you'll be doing all you can to get rid of inflammation. The diet will take a bit of time, but once you stick to it with a fruit cleanse, you see that you start making progress. The pain starts to go away, and you feel better and better. You start to lose a few pounds. Your skin looks better, hair looks better. You just feel like $1 million. Okay, so there's power in what I just showed you. Very, very, very powerful stuff to use. Remember that a sneaky trick here is that it's cold. When something is cold, it's alkaline. So remember I told you when something is hot, it's acidic. So the sun is acidic, the sauna is acidic. But when you're in the cold, it's alkaline. Okay, so that's why the old tale that says that don't go out when you're taking a shower, don't go out in the cold. It's not that you catch a cold. It's just like the cold, the outside cold, brings out what's inside you. Okay, it can bring out the cold and flu-like symptoms from you, and you might think, oh, you caught something, but you didn't actually catch something. It was just a detoxification process of the cold being alkaline, bringing out what's acidic inside you. Okay, so you can do a hot and cold compress on the inflamed area. My point is, so 1 minute of a cold compress, like an ice pack, on the joint, and then you can put 3 minutes of heat, and then alternate back and forth. This pushes blood to the area, and contracts the area at the same time. So it's back and forth. It's a great way of relieving inflammation in the joint or any part of the body that needs help. Okay, so let me summarize quickly. Before I do, please, like I said, be sure to follow me if you haven't done so already. Click the green house on top of it, the Natural Health Secrets group. The more of this masterclasses, I'll make more of them. I'll show you how to heal the teeth. If you have cavities, loose teeth, I'll show you how to fix your liver. Any part of the body that you need help with, I'm going to make a masterclass on it eventually. So be sure to follow me personally by clicking my face and following me, or follow the group as well. Okay. So thank you for being here. But let me summarize what I just spoke about quickly. So in summary, the 7 ways to beat or reduce inflammation naturally. Okay. In summary, I told you that the cause of inflammation is your diet. It's being exposed to toxins, using like deodorants, the foods. All these have chemicals in there that can cause inflammation. The diet, though, a high-protein diet, starches, cooked foods in general have inflammatory properties that can cause inflammation, especially if you do it for a long period of time. It catches up with you, okay? So if you want to fix things, you got to change your diet. I would move on to 100% fruit diet. It's the fastest way of alkalizing the body, and it helps move the lymphatic system, which is the main immune system of your body, the system that removes waste from your cells through to your lymph nodes, through to your kidneys. So the fruits are the only proficient way of moving your lymphatic system and breaking down excess mucus or stagnant mucus and getting the kidneys better so they can filter out the lymph system. So change the diet, number one. Number two, use the right herbs. You need herbs to target the four main areas of wellness, which I call, the first one was digestion, second one was absorption, third was utilization, and the fourth one was elimination. And we use the Fabulous 5 herbs to target these areas. The Fabulous 5 are herbs specific for those parts, but mostly also include herbs for the kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach and bowels, and endocrine glands, okay? So we use herbs to support the cleansing process because herbs are there to clean and strengthen cells, or they're there to optimize the structure and function of your cells. Very powerful stuff. If you understood the power of the herbs, you will understand why it's very simple to get yourself better if you know how to use the fruits and the herbs. Okay, and the third part of the triangle I spoke of, the healing triangle, remember that step one, first part of the triangle was the diet. Second part of the triangle is the herbs. And the third part is therapeutics. So you're going to use methods to help you heal the human body faster. Okay. So the list of the therapeutics that I recommended you use was sweat properly. Okay. Next one was clean your bowels properly, your GI tract with the enemas, with the herbs. You want to learn how to de-stress, okay, because stress affects your adrenal glands, which affects your kidneys and lymphatic system. And also affects your hormones balance. You wanted to take steps to do some light exercises like rebounding to help move your lymphatic system, because when your body is highly inflamed, the lymphatic system is the immune system, is a system that's going to be taking care of the inflammation. You want to keep it healthy. And this is done with the rebounding, with some skin brushing, and eating the fruits to move the lymph system, astringent fruits. Okay? And then I showed you about herbs for pain, like kava root, cordialis, white willow, and lettuce as well. Fantastic for pain relief as well. Okay, and then of course finally I told you how to relieve it externally by putting castor oil packs on the area and by using hot and cold compresses on the area. This gives you relief from the inflammation. Okay, I hope you truly enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing more of these. Okay, and be sure to follow me because this group is not, this page right now is not saved, so this talk was not saved, but I will notify you when I come on, and if you follow me, it tells you that I'm coming on. So be sure to click my face, follow me. There's a link there that you can follow me, and also follow me, the group, the Natural Health Secrets group on the very top. Follow it so you can get be a part of the group, but also be notified when we do hold another talk. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming on. It means a lot to me that you were here and stayed here, and I will come back. Have a happy new year. Bless you. Best wishes for you and your family, and I wish you a lot of health, wealth, and success, and happiness and joy in this coming new year. So thank you again, and bless you.